Some games just get everything right: story, gameplay, atmosphere, and leave a lasting mark. These 30 single-player games hit that level for me. It's not a ranked list, just games I think every player should try. If I skipped one of your favorites, feel free to drop it in the comments. Now, starting off with the first one on our list is Elden Ring. Elden Ring takes the open-world formula and pushes it into something massive and unpredictable. From the first step into the lands between, you're free to head in any direction, stumbling into hidden dungeons, massive bosses, and strange characters with their own motives. The world feels alive in the most dangerous way, with each new area telling its own story through haunting ruins and mysterious landmarks. The sense of discovery is constant, and the freedom to approach challenges in your own way makes every victory feel earned. What sets it apart isn't just the scale, but how tightly everything is crafted. You can spend hours exploring a single region and still feel like you've only scratched the surface. Spirit ashes, stakes of Marika, mounted combat, it all adds new layers without diluting the core. One minute you're sneaking past a sleeping dragon, the next you're lost in an underground kingdom you didn't know existed. It's not always smooth, and it's definitely not for everyone. But if you let it get its hooks in you, nothing else hits the same. Moving up next, we have Cyberpunk. Playing Cyberpunk now feels like stepping into a sci-fi RPG that finally caught up to its own ambitions. The launch version might have been a cautionary tale, but the current game is something else entirely. A bold, overloaded sprawl of systems, choices, and style. Nothing comes gently. You're flooded with upgrade trees, lore dumps, and layered mechanics before you've even figured out which jacket looks the coolest. It's overwhelming in a way that's both disorienting and kind of exciting, like the game's daring you to keep up. Combat blends gunplay, hacking, and cybernetic abilities, letting you approach situations in multiple ways. Whether speeding through the streets on a bike or sneaking through a high-security compound, every encounter feels sharp and stylish. The game has come a long way since its rough launch, with updates fixing bugs and adding new features. It's now a rich, open-world RPG that delivers on its vision of a gritty, high-tech future. Up next, we have A Plague Tale: Requiem. A Plague Tale: Requiem picks up with Amisha and Hugo as they try to escape the shadows of their past. Their journey takes them through war-torn towns, sunlit countrysides, and plague-infested ruins, with the threat of swarming rats never far behind. The story dives deeper into the bond between the siblings, giving quiet moments just as much weight as the chaos. Strong performances and stunning visuals make every scene hit harder, whether it's a calm conversation or a desperate sprint for survival. The gameplay pushes you to think under pressure, mixing stealth, crafting, and smart use of the environment. You'll deal with soldiers, traps, and seas of rats that can fill an entire street in seconds. New weapons and abilities add variety, but the tension never lets up. Every encounter feels like a fight for survival, and every choice carries weight. It's a worthy sequel that balances heart, horror, and smart design in a way few games manage. Coming up next, we have God of War Ragnarok. Ragnarok is one of those rare sequels that doesn't just aim to match what came before, it straight up outclasses it. From the opening moments, the game throws you into boss fights, cinematic chaos, and emotional gut punches without ever losing its footing. The relationship between Kratos and Atreus is the heart of the story again, but this time it feels more mature, more layered, and way more conflicted. Atreus isn't just tagging along, he's driving the narrative, and the result is a story that feels personal, mythic, and genuinely surprising. The combat has been tuned to feel sharper, more aggressive, and more versatile. You're constantly switching weapons, chaining elemental attacks, and facing enemies that push you to adapt. Exploration offers real payoffs, from secret bosses to hidden lore that deepens the world. A few pacing dips don't change the fact that this is one of the most ambitious and rewarding action games in years. Next on the list, we have Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs didn't need a flashy gimmick to stand out. It just told a good story and backed it up with solid gameplay. In a genre full of chaos for chaos' sake, this game actually cares about its characters. Wei Shen's descent into the criminal underworld while trying to maintain his duty as a cop makes for a surprisingly emotional ride, with twists, betrayals, and moments that stick. The definitive edition doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it brings just enough polish to make revisiting Hong Kong totally worth it. Combat still hits hard, driving feels responsive, and the city has that lived-in vibe that makes just walking the streets feel cool. The DLC is a nice bonus, even if it doesn't add much, and the XP system, splitting your progress between cop, triad, and civilian, still feels unique. Sure, the visuals show their age and the camera can get messy, but that barely matters. What Sleeping Dogs does best is blend story and action in a way that most open-world games just don't bother with anymore. Moving forward, we have Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 2 captures the end of the Wild West with incredible authenticity. Arthur Morgan's journey through rugged plains, snow-capped mountains, and bustling towns is backed by a deeply personal story of loyalty, survival, and inevitable change. Every location feels handcrafted, filled with small details that bring the world to life. The slow burn pacing lets you settle into its world and invest in its characters. Gameplay-wise, it's deliberate and dense. Every system, from horse bonding to gun maintenance, feeds into this grounded, lived-in feel. The shootouts are weighty, exploration constantly surprises you, and even looting bodies feels like a decision. It's not trying to be fast-paced fun all the time. It's trying to immerse you, and it absolutely nails that. It might not be for everyone, but if you're willing to match the game's pace, Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the richest, most rewarding worlds ever put on a disc. Next up, we have Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't just play like a great RPG, it feels like a world that reacts to everything you do. Larian Studios has filled it with characters who have depth, personality, and stories worth following. Your choices shape how events unfold, and the writing keeps the stakes high from the start to the credits. It's a game where the journey feels personal, no matter how you play it. Fights are tense, tactical, and full of options. You can go in with a plan or adapt on the fly, using the environment to turn the tide. Exploring off the beaten path is always worth it, and you never know when a small discovery will lead to something big. Minor bugs and performance dips pop up, but they're a small price for an experience this ambitious. Larian has built something special here, and it's the new gold standard for the genre. Moving up next, we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Few RPGs balance beauty and brutality like The Witcher 3. Geralt's journey to find Ciri runs through political conflict, personal loss, and unforgettable side stories that reveal just how human its world feels. The writing gives even minor quests weight, and choices ripple long after they're made. With the next-gen update, the world feels more alive than ever, thanks to improved visuals, ray tracing, and an optional closer camera that highlights every duel, sunset, and storm. Quality of life improvements make the gameplay as good as it looks. Quick sign casting smooths combat, exploration is more rewarding with map filters and HUD options, and photo mode highlights the sheer beauty of the Northern Realms. A new quest tied to Netflix-inspired gear adds extra reasons to return, and it fits without disturbing the tone. Even with its age, The Witcher 3 remains one of gaming's most defining adventures. Vast, emotional, and endlessly captivating. Up next, we have Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation captures the terror of Ridley Scott's original film better than any game before it. Playing as Amanda Ripley, you explore the decaying Sevastopol station, a place filled with crumbling halls, flickering lights, and the ghosts of lives cut short. The atmosphere does most of the heavy lifting, building dread long before the xenomorph appears. When it does, the game comes alive. The alien roams with unpredictable AI, stalking you without patterns, striking when you least expect it, and making even safe rooms feel fragile. Few games sustain this kind of fear for so long. Combat isn't the focus. Most weapons feel useless against the creature, pushing you towards stealth, distraction, and desperate escapes. Crafting simple devices like pipe bombs or noise traps gives you options, but never comfort. Other dangers, from hostile survivors to malfunctioning androids, fill the downtime, though none compare to the sheer intensity of hiding in a locker while the alien sniffs the air inches away. Some pacing issues slow the momentum, yet the game always snaps back when the beast takes the stage. Isolation is unforgettable horror, faithful to the legacy while forging its own. Coming up next, we have The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Skyrim takes the foundation of Morrowind and Oblivion and expands it into something much bigger, a world that feels endless. Once the tutorial ends, you're free to head into the wilds where towering mountains, icy caverns, and ancient ruins fill the landscape. Exploration becomes the game's strongest feature, with every journey leading to unique discoveries. From dungeons filled with traps and treasure to chance encounters with bandits or dragons, the world constantly encourages curiosity. It feels less like following a quest log and more like creating your own legend. Progression is equally satisfying, with skills improving as you use them and perks shaping your abilities into something unique. The freedom to experiment allows you to build a character that truly reflects your playstyle. While combat can still feel rough and the game's bugs are legendary, its strengths overwhelm the flaws. Exploration, discovery, and storytelling collide in a way few RPGs have matched. Skyrim isn't just a role-playing game, it's a world you can live in, and that's why it continues to hold such a lasting place in gaming history. Next on the list, we have Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is a non-stop sprint through hell that refuses to let you play lazy. Every fight forces you to juggle resources, exploit weaknesses, and stay on the move as you tear through a roster of demons old and new. Flame Belch armor drops, chainsaw ammo refills, and glory kill health bursts all become part of a vicious cycle that keeps the action rolling. With arenas built like obstacle courses and movement options that feel almost acrobatic, the game turns every battle into a frantic dance of bullets, fire, and heavy metal. Progression is equally rewarding, with a stack of upgrades, weapon mods, and runes that make your Slayer feel more powerful while also demanding smarter play. New and returning demons push you to constantly switch tactics, and Mick Gordon's soundtrack fuels the carnage with crushing momentum. Some story beats get buried in text logs, but that hardly matters when the campaign delivers 15 hours of white-knuckle action. It's one of the most refined and exhilarating shooters in years, proving Doom still sets the standard for demon-slaying mayhem. Moving forward, we have The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo had an impossible task following up Breath of the Wild, yet Tears of the Kingdom feels like a natural evolution that still manages to surprise. The foundations remain the same: a vast open world, physics-driven systems, and endless freedom, but now layered with new mechanics that completely reshape how you play. Building vehicles with Ultra Hand, fusing weapons into unpredictable tools, and diving into the eerie depths beneath Hyrule give exploration a fresh sense of discovery. Even familiar regions feel revitalized, with sky islands and altered landscapes making a world many thought they already knew feel brand new again. What makes it special is how seamlessly all of these systems interact. A broken sword fused with a monster horn becomes a powerhouse. A pile of scrap turns into an airship, and shrines or caves often act as puzzles built around your creativity. Enemy variety has been expanded, dungeons are more engaging, and the story takes bold steps while still keeping Zelda's core heart intact. The Switch hardware struggles at times, but the sheer scale and ambition make those dips easy to forgive. Tears of the Kingdom is both a love letter to its predecessor and a groundbreaking sequel, raising a bar most games will never touch. Next up, we have Black Myth: Wukong. Wukong's adventure is built on exhilarating battles and a world designed with striking detail. From perfectly timed dodges to unleashing heavy staff strikes, the flow of combat remains both punishing and empowering. Transformations and spirit skills expand possibilities, while spells like immobilization or creating clones add tactical depth. Boss fights form the heart of the journey, pushing reflexes and planning to the limit. And exploration rewards players with meaningful upgrades, secret foes, and stunning scenery filled with cultural flourishes. But while gameplay shines, the technical performance drags the experience down. Frequent crashes, sudden language swaps, and missing audio undermine its best moments. Exploration is worthwhile, but the absence of a navigational map makes the vast levels harder to enjoy. It's a stunning and often exhilarating adventure, but one that struggles under its own weight. Even so, the sheer power of its combat and the artistry of its world make the frustrations easier to overlook. Moving up next, we have Horizon Zero Dawn. Guerrilla Games crafted something special with Horizon Zero Dawn, combining a unique post-apocalyptic setting with tense encounters against robotic wildlife. The combat shines through careful enemy design, where every machine has weak points and attack patterns to exploit. Taking down massive creatures demands planning, patience, and skill. But the payoff is always exhilarating. Aloy herself is a strong lead, her character elevated by sharp writing and Ashley Birch's performance, which gives weight to both the personal story and the larger mystery driving the campaign. Beyond combat, Horizon builds a world worth exploring. Tribes, settlements, and ruins flesh out a society rebuilt on the bones of the old one, while tall necks, hunting grounds, and bunkers give plenty of reasons to explore. The landscapes are breathtaking, whether trekking across deserts or climbing frozen peaks. While some side quests fall back on traditional fetch mechanics, the core mystery about humanity's past keeps momentum strong. By the time the story reaches its finale, Horizon Zero Dawn proves itself as one of the most striking and rewarding open-world RPGs of its era. Up next, we have The Last of Us Part 1. Naughty Dog's decision to rebuild The Last of Us pays off in a remake that feels both familiar and freshly stunning. The graphical leap is undeniable, with denser environments, realistic lighting, and characters that emote with remarkable subtlety. Movement feels smoother, combat has a weightier edge, and enemies are more aggressive in how they flank and react. The DualSense controller enhances it further with nuanced haptics, grounding the player in every tense encounter. While it doesn't bring every gameplay advancement from the sequel, what's here elevates an already excellent foundation. The emotional story of Joel and Ellie remains untouched in all the right ways. Its ability to balance moments of loss with threads of connection ensures it resonates a decade later. The inclusion of Left Behind adds depth, while extra modifiers and visual filters give replay value beyond the core campaign. It is missing the old factions multiplayer, but the single-player journey is strong enough to stand alone. The Last of Us Part 1 isn't a reinvention, but it is the most complete and visually stunning way to experience a modern classic. Coming up next, we have Grand Theft Auto 5. GTA 5 delivers one of the most ambitious open worlds ever built, combining a sprawling recreation of San Andreas with seamless storytelling and endless player freedom. The switchable three-character system gives Michael, Franklin, and Trevor distinct arcs, personalities, and gameplay styles, letting you approach missions in multiple ways while shaping the chaos around you. Driving and shooting feel sharper than ever, animations are smoother, and the game constantly surprises with its attention to detail, from random street events to cinematic heists. San Andreas feels alive, whether you're hiking mountains, flying jets, or getting pulled into absurd firefights. Rockstar's sharp writing elevates everything, mixing outrageous humor with biting social commentary on wealth, fame, and modern culture. The dynamic between the three protagonists grounds the story even as missions escalate into over-the-top set pieces involving jets, submarines, and chaotic firefights. Combined with a diverse soundtrack, excellent voice acting, and a world teeming with hidden details, GTA 5 achieves rare balance between narrative depth and player-driven storytelling. It isn't just a game about open-world chaos, it's one where your actions constantly shape the experience. Next on the list, we have Resident Evil 4 Remake. Resident Evil 4 Remake is a masterclass in how to modernize a classic without losing its identity. Capcom delivers a tighter, more responsive experience with revamped combat, smoother controls, and deeper enemy AI that pushes you to adapt constantly. From parrying chainsaws to using environmental traps, every encounter feels dynamic and satisfying. Exploration is equally rewarding, with expanded side quests, hidden treasures, and clever quality-of-life improvements that enhance progression. The tension never lets up, yet the freedom to experiment in combat makes surviving each skirmish endlessly satisfying. What truly sets the remake apart is its focus on character and atmosphere. Leon's journey now carries emotional weight, Ashley's role is redefined with more agency, and returning faces like Luis and Krauser feel richer and more connected to the narrative. The writing lands perfectly between serious horror and playful camp, leaning into the series' iconic tone without undercutting the stakes. Boss fights are reimagined with fresh mechanics, keeping veterans guessing while shocking newcomers. Capcom has crafted more than a remake. It's a bold re-envisioning that preserves everything great about the original while setting a new benchmark for survival horror design. Moving forward, we have Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice reshapes the classic Soulsborne structure into a fast, unforgiving, and highly focused action experience. Combat centers on timing and precision, with the posture system redefining how duels unfold. Deflecting attacks, countering grapples, and landing death blows demand total mastery, making victories incredibly satisfying. The grappling hook and enhanced mobility give exploration a vertical freedom unseen in other From Software games, while stealth mechanics allow creative approaches to encounters. Frequent checkpoints reduce frustration without diminishing challenge, letting players learn from every failure. Sekiro pushes creativity further with its prosthetic arm, offering tools that expand strategy and redefine how battles are fought. From ranged shuriken attacks to stunning firecrackers and shield-shattering axes, every gadget has a purpose and encourages experimentation. Boss fights are brutal showcases of skill, with each opponent teaching new mechanics and demanding adaptability. The setting seamlessly blends Sengoku-era Japan with supernatural elements, creating a world that's as striking as it is dangerous. By removing stat-based grinding and focusing purely on technique, Sekiro delivers a thrilling test of mastery and stands as one of From Software's most innovative achievements. Next up, we have Kingdom Come: Deliverance II. Kingdom Come: Deliverance II expands on everything that made the first game memorable, offering a richer story, deeper combat, and one of the most immersive medieval settings in any RPG. Henry's journey blends personal stakes with large-scale political drama, and Kuttenberg stands out as a living, breathing city full of activity, secrets, and choices that meaningfully impact the world. The combination of skill-based swordplay, improved archery, and refined progression systems makes every encounter feel rewarding and authentic. The quests shine with variety, consistently delivering unique challenges that range from tense investigations to intense battles and heartfelt character moments. Side missions feel like complete episodes, while the main storyline builds toward an emotional and memorable conclusion. While the game occasionally struggles to balance its cinematic storytelling with open-world freedom, it rarely disrupts the experience. Improved performance, smarter design, and ambitious world-building make Kingdom Come: Deliverance II one of the most impressive RPG sequels in recent years. Moving up next, we have Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 expands on everything the original started, combining thrilling first-person movement with an engaging campaign and deeper multiplayer. The single-player story follows Jack Cooper and BT as they survive against overwhelming odds, mixing fast-paced firefights with clever platforming and puzzle solving. Each chapter introduces new mechanics and challenges, making the 6-hour campaign feel varied and fresh, while also giving emotional weight to Jack and BT's growing partnership. The campaign is fast, creative, and memorable, but Titanfall 2 also delivers an excellent multiplayer mode. Its improved progression, 6 unique Titan classes, and refined balance make matches unpredictable and rewarding. The fluid mobility and precision shooting create non-stop action, while new features like battery-based rodeo mechanics and pilot boosts add layers of strategy. Titanfall 2 successfully builds on the first game's ideas, blending speed, scale, and satisfying combat into one of the best shooter experiences of its generation. Up next, we have Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a rare debut that confidently delivers on both gameplay and storytelling. Set in the doomed lands of Lumiere, you lead a desperate voyage to stop the Paintress, whose ritualistic markings decide when people perish. The narrative blends sorrow and hope, tackling heavy themes through natural dialogue, expressive animation, and an art style inspired by French theater and Belle Epoque culture. Its pacing is tight, avoiding needless exposition while still finding room for small, heartfelt character moments and meaningful side content. Combat drives the experience, reimagining turn-based battles with real-time inputs that make dodging, parrying, and timing combos essential to survival. Every character plays differently, and experimenting with elemental builds, stances, and unique abilities keeps the system fresh and engaging. Additional layers like Pictos and Lumina allow for deep customization without overcomplicating progression. Supported by a gorgeous soundtrack and striking world design, Expedition 33 delivers both spectacle and depth, cementing itself as a modern RPG classic. Coming up next, we have Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 refines nearly every aspect of the original while delivering one of the most memorable RPG experiences of its generation. Taking control of Commander Shepard, You're sent on a desperate mission to confront a looming galactic threat, assembling a diverse crew of specialists whose loyalty can decide whether your team survives. The writing shines brightest in its characters, each with layered backstories and personal struggles, making them feel more human than ever. Choices from the first game carry forward seamlessly, shaping relationships, altering events, and giving every decision lasting consequences. BioWare rebuilt the gameplay from the ground up, introducing fluid combat, distinct character classes, and squad coordination that makes encounters exciting and strategic. Exploration feels rewarding, with unique side quests and meaningful discoveries woven throughout the galaxy, combined with stellar performances, breathtaking visuals, and a score that heightens every moment. Mass Effect 2 achieves a rare balance between deep personal storytelling and cinematic spectacle, setting a new standard for science fiction role-playing games. Next on the list, we have Bloodborne. Bloodborne delivers an unforgettable blend of horror, challenge, and reward, setting itself apart as one of From Software's most striking creations. Set in the decaying city of Yharnam, every cobblestone, whisper, and shadow adds to the oppressive atmosphere as you push deeper into its dark secrets. Combat is faster and more aggressive than Dark Souls, forcing you to rely on well-timed dodges, counterattacks, and transforming weapons that change mid-fight. Victory demands precision and patience, but every hard-earned win carries immense satisfaction. The game's design constantly rewards exploration and curiosity. Hidden shortcuts, powerful items, and fragments of lore slowly piece together a narrative as unsettling as it is fascinating. Boss fights are unpredictable, often requiring experimentation and quick reflexes, while optional chalice dungeons add depth and replayability. Integrated multiplayer features, like player messages, ghostly echoes, and co-op summoning, make the world feel connected without losing its isolation. Bloodborne is punishing, beautiful, and unforgettable, demanding mastery but rewarding persistence. Moving forward, we have Portal 2. Portal 2 builds on everything that made the original special, transforming it into a bigger, smarter, and funnier experience without losing its charm. The puzzles are deeper and more inventive, introducing new mechanics like energy beams, light bridges, tractor beams, and speed-boosting gels, all layered seamlessly around the iconic portal gun. Solving challenges often requires both precision and quick thinking, but Valve ensures solutions always feel logical and satisfying, rather than overwhelming. Between GLaDOS' sharp sarcasm, Wheatley's witty dialogue, and a richer focus on Aperture's history, the writing keeps you laughing even as the puzzles melt your brain. The environments are just as impressive, ranging from collapsing test chambers to massive underground ruins packed with secrets and hidden story beats. Co-op introduces a completely separate campaign built around 4 portal puzzles, demanding teamwork and communication to succeed. Between its clever mechanics, world building, and comedic brilliance, Portal 2 nails what a sequel should be: bigger, smarter, and endlessly satisfying. It's a rare puzzle game that manages to be both challenging and wildly entertaining. Next up, we have Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey strikes a perfect balance between honoring Mario's past and introducing bold new ideas, delivering one of the most creative platforming experiences ever made. Cappy's possession ability adds constant variety, letting Mario transform into everything from Goombas to tanks to a full-size T-Rex, with each form offering unique gameplay twists. Every kingdom feels distinct, blending imaginative environments, clever platforming, and hidden secrets that make exploration as satisfying as completing the main objectives. Beyond its inventive mechanics, Odyssey thrives on freedom and discovery. Hundreds of power moons are scattered across its worlds, many hidden behind clever mini-puzzles or optional challenges. Even after finishing the story, new areas, costumes, and unlockables keep the adventure going for hours. With its smooth controls, stunning creativity, and endless surprises, Odyssey doesn't just continue Mario's legacy, it elevates it, setting a new benchmark for 3D platformers. Moving up next, we have Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. Disco Elysium: The Final Cut turns classic role-playing on its head, delivering a detective story where conversation replaces combat and your mind is your greatest weapon, or your biggest obstacle. Playing as an amnesiac cop unraveling a murder in the broken city of Revachol, You navigate dialogue-driven choices shaped by 24 inner voices, representing your skills, fears, and instincts. The final cut enhances the experience with fully voiced performances, political vision quests, and added side content, deepening both its narrative weight and emotional impact. Instead of traditional combat, progress depends on dialogue checks, dice rolls, and how you build your character's skills. Every choice unlocks new outcomes, making each playthrough unique while rewarding creative problem-solving. Its haunting atmosphere, striking art, and layered writing create a world that feels alive and unpredictable. With its mix of philosophical themes, clever humor, and branching paths, Disco Elysium: The Final Cut stands as one of the most innovative and impactful RPGs in recent memory. Up next, we have Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal perfects an already outstanding JRPG, reimagining the original with smarter design, fresh storylines, and meaningful upgrades across the board. New characters like Kasumi and Maruki add emotional weight to the narrative, while the third semester delivers unexpected twists and an unforgettable final showdown. Expanded confidant arcs, extra locations, and fully voiced dialogue make the world feel richer, while stylish new animations and music enhance the game's vibrant identity. Combat has also evolved with showtime finishers, improved gun mechanics, and fusion alarms that introduce high-risk, high-reward strategies. Mementos finally feels rewarding, offering collectibles, powerful upgrades, and streamlined exploration. With revamped boss fights, new areas to discover, and countless refinements, Persona 5 Royal isn't just an upgrade, it's the definitive edition of an already legendary JRPG. Coming up next, we have Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight combines challenging gameplay, atmospheric design, and rich world-building to create one of the most memorable Metroidvania experiences in recent years. Hallownest feels alive and mysterious, with each biome distinct in look, tone, and music. The seamless level design encourages exploration, rewarding curiosity with hidden upgrades, optional bosses, and fragments of lore that slowly reveal the kingdom's tragic history. It's a world built to be discovered, where quiet moments and dangerous encounters exist in perfect balance. Combat starts simple, but quickly becomes deeply satisfying, rewarding timing, precision, and adaptability. The charm system allows you to customize playstyles, while upgrades like dashes, wall climbs, and new abilities open shortcuts and unlock previously unreachable zones. Boss battles are varied and often demanding, testing skill and patience while driving you deeper into the story. With free content updates, countless secrets, and optional challenges, Hollow Knight offers one of the most complete and rewarding Metroidvania adventures ever made. Next on the list, we have Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 manages to be both a love letter to the original and a meaningful step forward, delivering a vibrant world packed with personality and imagination. The story picks up right where the first game ended, expanding Raz's role as an aspiring psychonaut while weaving in new characters, hidden secrets, and emotional family dynamics. Each environment bursts with charm, from the wooded exteriors of the Mother Lobe to the intricate mental worlds that reflect the personalities of their hosts. It's a rare sequel that respects its roots while confidently carving its own identity. Platforming and combat are fun and varied, supported by Raz's expanding set of psychic powers like levitation, telekinesis, and the new mental connection ability. Each mind you explore offers wildly creative level design, from neon-lit hospital casinos to psychedelic music worlds, complete with unique mechanics and challenges. The story deepens Raz's family relationships while exploring themes of identity and personal growth, making the journey heartfelt and rewarding. Psychonauts 2 delivers inventive gameplay, memorable characters, and a steady sense of wonder from start to finish. And finally, we have Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima delivers a breathtaking open-world samurai adventure, set during the Mongol invasion of Japan in 1274. You play as Jin Sakai, a skilled warrior torn between upholding his family's honor and embracing unorthodox tactics to save his homeland. The game's striking landscapes, from golden forests to windswept coastlines, make exploration captivating, while subtle environmental cues replace traditional waypoints to create a seamless flow through Tsushima's world. The story blends personal stakes with larger conflicts, and a strong supporting cast, especially the ruthless Khotun Khan, keeps the narrative grounded and engaging. Combat stands as the game's highlight, combining fluid swordplay, precise stances, and rewarding skill-based progression without relying on heavy stat grinding. Tools like bows, kunai, and smoke bombs expand your approach to battles, while cinematic standoffs add a unique layer of style. Stealth has its shortcomings, but the freedom to mix methods keeps encounters fresh. Mythic tales, character-driven side quests, and rewarding exploration add depth and variety, making Ghost of Tsushima one of the most polished and memorable open-world experiences in years. So, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when I upload new content. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And check out these other videos you might like. See you in the next one.